Counting down the Christmas festivities and the end of 2020, we may be finally seeing a light at the end of the COVID-19 tunnel. But just so I don't jinx things, let me focus on the editorial aspects of society. Just a slide on who we are. Society is a digital media with three distinct media titles. We also run our own conferences, roundtables, forums, and workshops. We also do custom events and custom content, surveys and infographics. You know the list. As a publisher, we are driven by four overarching priorities: inspire, educate, solve problems, and predict the future. See? Four. Okay. We do this by creating a platform we call C-Engage that enables businesses and technology pros to communicate with each other, to share insights, experience, and expertise. For much of 2020, we saw four overriding topics: digital transformation, innovation, regulation, and security. The priorities and approaches may be different, but the desires are more or less the same. Now, directing your attention to our media titles, we start with Future CFO. What is important to understand here is that our readers are people who work in the finance function: auditors and compliance officers, treasurers, tax experts, financial planning and analysts, accountants, controllers, all reporting to the chief finance officer. Note to anyone not paying attention right now, Future CFO is not, I repeat, not about banks and financial institutions, although those industries do have in them all the job titles I just enumerated. In terms of what our editors are planning to write in 2021, the list is long, which is good for you. It means you have a lot of opportunities to pitch stories and ideas to us. Everything from strategy and planning, including partnerships and mergers and acquisitions. I suggest you print these few pages out and map these to the interests of your clients to find common ground. Just to be clear, there is much in terms of technology-led transformation occurring in the finance function. So be creative, resourceful, and forthcoming. Future CIO. Please allow me to present the executives who read Future CIO, from the heads of technology to data, security, and innovation, and everybody in between. Future CIO revolves around the development and use of information technology. Everything from keeping the lights on like this, on-prem or in the cloud, to using technology to enable process innovation. Future CIO is everything about the creation, use, storage, archive, and destruction of data. I loathe editorial calendars simply because people ask for it, and after you work and hard to put it together and share it, nothing. It's like the 1979 Gary Nelson Disney movie, The Black Hole. So instead, what you are seeing is a sample of where my stories generally come from the analysts and comments from readers of Future CIO. This, for example, is Gartner's Top 10 Strategic Technology Trends for 2021. If you read what it says, innovation will come from a combination of any of these 9 technologies. I'm also regularly in touch with IDC, Frost & Sullivan, Forrester, ESG, as well as the consultants. So if you want to be successful at pitching a story to Future CIO, here are some solid gold tips. 1. Bookmark the website. 2. Register to access the website's premium content. And 3. Subscribe to the newsletter. Well, okay, the other ones are also follow us on Future CIO's LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter accounts. I upload editorial opportunities on the social media sites about twice a month. So, tips there for you. Future IoT. Now, unlike Future CIO and Future CFO, Future IoT is all about the use of the Internet of Things. And it covers everybody from developers all the way down to the end users of the technology and everybody in between, from the entrepreneurs to the scientists, designers, engineers, and the guys who manufacture things on the floor. Our oldest media title also happens to be broad in reach and deep in focus. This means a whole lot of story opportunities from R&D to operational technology. The use cases are so many, it's difficult not to come up with a story for Future IoT. Speaking of stories, Gigi, who runs Future IoT, has kindly shared what will be as close to an editorial calendar as you can get, minus the dates. I can count at least about 8 I can think of just looking at this page. Someone asked me recently, Has anything changed with COVID-19? To be honest, we are still busy. There are still stories to listen to and stories to write. We have the very best of CFOs and the very best of CIO series currently running. We continue to look for new content types such as video, tutorials, presentation materials, etc. There are many ways to get noticed with us. These are the common channels: press releases, interviews, bylines, and events. Just make sure the pitch is appropriate to the audience we serve. I get that everyone is busy. Comms professionals are trying to preach the gospel of their companies or clients. As a platform for engaging with decision makers and architects of their organization's future, society is a great platform. Honestly, Scout's honor. Scout's honor. I do care. But you have to respect that we are also busy. So be direct, and we will be direct. Dance around, and we'll ignore you like the haunted cemetery late at night. Ooh. Okay. Be frank. Don't make promises you can't keep. Like I said, we want to help you, but you gotta help us as well. So how do we move forward? For editorial, you can send to this general email address or send direct to our editors. Teresa for Future CIO, Gigi for Future IoT, and that scrawny little guy for Future CIO. You can also engage society beyond just pure editorial, perhaps to run a marketing or branding or messaging campaign. Our publishers will be more than happy to share ideas with you. On behalf of society, our publishers Clarissa and Nigel, our editors Teresa and Gigi, and the rest of our team, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Kung Hei Fa Choi. Oops. Bye for now.